Gentlemen, in this video we continue my series on hats with what I consider to be the boss of all hats, and that would be the Homburg. Today on Big Pretty Man. And welcome back to Big Pretty Man, a channel for the extra large man who wants to live his life large and in charge. I'm your host, Timothy Big Pretty Crowe. I'm a wardrobe and lifestyle consultant for the extra large man. All right, guys, we're going to continue with my series on hats with what I consider my second favorite hat. My first, of course, being the bowler, and incidentally, a hat that people say I look the best in, especially my lady friends, including my mother. So, you know, what are you going to do? And that, of course, would be the Homburg hat. Now, the Homburg hat is a very formal hat. It's second in formality only to the top hat. So if you had a hierarchy of hats, it'd probably it would go top hat, Homburg, then probably maybe your fedora and trilby, the derby or the derby or bowler hat, and then you get into your flat caps. I don't know, I might put the bowler hat before the fedora. But either way you stack them, the Homburg, definitely the second most formal hat. And if the top hat is the king of hats, then the Homburg is definitely the boss. And the boss is the type of man that wore this, and that is the image that it likes to project, which we're going to get into. All right, let's first talk about what the Homburg is. The Homburg basically is a short turned up brim hat with a tall crown. The brim is usually got a very nice ribbon that has been sewn in to the upturned edge of the stiff brim. The crown is rather tall and actually can be quite taller than this, which I'll show you with my brown one, which is much taller. And it has the one central crease here in the top, but no pinches on the side. And actually, this indentation, this crease here in the top, can go much deeper. Sometimes people have it smashed down, as you know, which you'll see a lot. But personally, I like it a little tall, and I love my big other one really tall. Usually with and of course with the band. Now, the Homburg hat. These upturned brim hats like this have been around for centuries in different forms. However, this particular type became popular and was worn a lot in Homburg, Germany, which is a resort town, and then it became quite popular worldwide because in the late 19th, turn of the early 20th century, the Edward, the Prince of Wales, who was the son of Queen Victoria, who would later become King Edward VII, was pictured wearing this hat, and he was quite fond of the Homburg. And thus, of course, what the king wears becomes popular and, of course, becomes formal. So everybody started wearing the Homburg hat. Now, this particular hat is, as I said, very formal. This was the hat of your politician. This is the hat of your businessman. This was not, whereas the bowler is more the hat of the banker, the Homburg was the hat of the president of the bank. And it was very popular with also with politicians. Probably one of the most famous politicians who was known for his Homburg was Sir Winston Churchill. It was always pictured with his Homburg hat. It's just part of his uniform. It's part of his image. The hat also became very popular again in after the 1970s because of the Godfather movies. Both Marlon Brando and Al Pacino were shown wearing the Homburg, with Al Pacino wearing a very smashed, nice gray Homburg hat, and therefore a lot of times it was called the Godfather hat. The hat's also been picked up by different celebrities, especially with rappers. You see it. The notorious B.I.G. being one of the most famous to be shown wearing the Homburg hat, and it kind of become another signature with him as well. So this is a very powerful hat. Now, as I was saying, the Homburg is a very formal hat. And whereas with the bowler, I can feel like I can get away with wearing it in a more casual outfit, maybe just a sweater or something out and about. It really kind of works for both casual as well as formal dress, or more business casual. When it comes to the Homburg, other way around, because really the Homburg is a very dressy hat. It's a very formal hat. So therefore, I recommend wearing the Homburg only when you're really wanting to put on your suit, and you're wanting to go out and make a big impression. Because let me tell you something. I keep saying this is the channel for the extra large man who wants to live his life large and in charge. If you want to look large and in charge, you get the Homburg, because this is the large and in charge hat. This hat screams two things: power and respect. When you walk through the door in a Homburg, that's exactly what people think. It is a very respectable hat. It's a very authoritative hat. When you come through, and people see you, they're going to think, this is a big shot. This is the kingpin around here. I get compared a lot through friends to the character Kingpin, particularly the version played by Vincent D'Onofrio. And I admit there's a little bit of a resemblance. We both are bald, and and we both wear similar types of suits, and also my attitude. I'm the type of man that I don't give, but I don't take any shit. And let me tell you something. If I need a hat to reflect just that, to reflect being a kingpin, this is the hat. People don't mess with you with this hat. That's the reason Notorious B.I.G. wore it. That's the reason it became famous with gangsters in the 40s. They wore the Homburg far more than they wore fedoras. This was really the hat of the gangsters. So the Homburg is the power hat. And also, because it is such a big hat, I think that it is a fantastic hat for big men. We're big, large, beautiful, in charge, and we're wearing the power hat, the power big man hat, and that is the Homburg. Now, like I said, you can go with different types of styles and colors. I would recommend getting a Homburg, a traditional black one like I'm wearing here, but also they have the brown one, and like I said, you can get different heights in the crown. You see this crown is fairly low when I put it on my head, but then you take this big boy. You can see there's a big difference in the crown. This sucker, it's almost like a 10-gallon Homburg. That's what I call it sometimes. And when I put this booger on, and it still goes with this suit, you can see. Now this, when I walk into the business meeting, I walk into the theater, when I walk into the mixer, and I got on this hat, and it looks really great when you're wearing like a trench coat, or like you saw in the beginning when I had on my cashmere overcoat with a nice scarf. You walk in this, and you are the man. You are the kingpin. Because like I said, this is the powerhouse right here. So I'll wear my derbies my bowlers when I want to go out, and I wear my flat caps when I'm, when I've just got a little bit of business to do. But when I want to impress, when I want to be big man in charge, when I want to walk through a room and be like, I demand some respect, I'm going to be wearing my Homburg, and I advise you do the same thing. So that's it on the Homburg. Go out there, get you a Homburg. Be big, large, and in charge. Until I see you next time, stay pretty.